Hola chicos, soy Señorita Schaefer y hoy vamos a hablar del vocabulario del capítulo 1b en contexto. Y la información aquí está en páginas 46 y 47 de sus libros de texto. The goal here is that you can see, before we even start using this vocabulary and grammar a lot, that you can see it used in context and see how people use it in Espanol. So our big question for this activity is, how do we use the vocabulary 1B in context? As I go, if you will please write down any of the highlighted words, and then also I'll give you the English definition, and if you could please write that down as well. So your homework that you'll turn in will be that list of Spanish words from the chapter with their English definitions. En mi escuela, los estudiantes participan comes from the verb participar, which means to participate. And you'll notice that we use it with en, to participate in. Muchas actividades extracurriculares. That is a cognate, and as you might guess, it means extracurricular activities, or activities that take place in addition to the school day. ¿Les gusta practicar deportes o son miembros de algún club? So we have they like to practice sports or they are members of some club. Club, obviously a cognate, club in Espanol. Notice your algún from last chapter. Como el club de computadoras, like the computer club. Estas son algunas de las actividades más populares entre los jóvenes. Estas with the accent on the E means these. So these are some of the most popular activities among teenagers or young people. One of our grammar concepts this chapter is going to be comparison. So you can see it here, some of the most popular. Entre means among or between. And jóvenes is young people. En esta conversación dice, ¿tienes tú la oportunidad de participar en muchas actividades? Do you have the opportunity to participate in many activities? ¿Tiene tu escuela tantas actividades como mi escuela? Does your school have as many activities as my school? This is another one of the grammar concepts that we're going to be working on this chapter. Not just comparisons like more than or less than, but also comparisons of equality or the same. So as many ... as. Tantas como, and then you use a noun in the middle. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que participas? How long have you been participating? So, ¿cuánto tiempo hace que? Translates as how long. So, how long have you participated? Before we leave this page, just notice over here, el ajedrez means chess, and jugar a los bolos is to bowl, or literally to play bowling. Please make sure that you have these words and their definitions copied down before we move on to the next page. If there's anything that's difficult for you to pronounce, this is a great time to practice that by just pausing the video and pronouncing it as you hear me pronounce it. Aquí en el gimnasio tenemos algunas cosas nuevas. Tenemos el animador y la animadora, which is a cheerleader. El músico y la música are musician, a male and a female. El equipo means team. El equipo, and then for of, you say de. So el equipo de basquetbol, el equipo de fútbol americano, el equipo de voleibol, etc. Tienes que, you guys remember that from last chapter, you have to ir a los ensayos de la banda o a las prácticas del equipo de básquetbol para participar. So, you need to go to the rehearsals, or ensayos, of the band, or the practices, the noun practices of the basketball team in order to participate. Aquí tenemos unas palabras de música. Entonces, la orquesta, cognate as orchestra. Grabar una canción, to record is grabar, and una canción is a song, from that verb cantar, to sing. El cantante and la cantante both mean singer. El cantante is obviously a male, whereas la cantante would be a female singer. You can tell by the L and the la. El coro is choir. Y aquí dice, el coro y la orquesta están grabando una canción. The choir and the orchestra are recording. Remember, we use ando with the verb estar for something that's happening right now. Están grabando una canción. Aquí tenemos algunas palabras de bailar. So, el bailarín y la bailarina are a dancer, a male dancer and a female dancer. Notice your accent here in the male form. La fotógrafa or fotógrafo are photographer, male or female. Oops. Los dos fotógrafos son miembros de la club de fotografía, the members of the photography club. Hace 2 años que son miembros del club. And this phrase here is what we use to answer the question, ¿cuánto tiempo hace que, that we just talked about, how long. Hace plus an amount of time plus que means it has been, and then you give an amount of time. So it has been, in this example, 2 años, or 2 years. It has been 2 years that they are members of the club. We have 2 more pages and then we'll finish up. Aquí tenemos algunas palabras de computadoras. Conozco, you guys know that conozco is I know, more personally, a person or a place. You'll notice the personal a here. Conozco a varios miembros del club de computadoras. I know various members of the computer club. Creo que este club es tan interesante como los otros clubes. I think that this club is as interesting as other clubs. And you'll notice this is similar to what we did before with nouns, but when you use tan, you have an adjective. En el club puedo, in the club, I can navegar en la red, or surf the web. Hacer una búsqueda. Do a search. To do a search. Crear una página web. Create a website. This last sentence here. Ramón está en línea. Ramón is online. Estar en línea is to be online. Le gusta visitar salones de chat. He likes to visit chat rooms. All right, one more page with just a couple more words. Me gusta ir al club atlético. I like to go to the athletic club. This is like kind of like what we would call a gym, where you go to play different sports. So las artes marciales are martial arts. El hockey, obviously, hockey. Hacer gimnasia, to do gymnastics. That was my sport. And la natación is the noun for swimming. So this is similar to the verb nadar. Nadar means to swim, and la natación is the noun that goes along with it. Make sure you have these words down, please, and then continue on to our last page with me. To finish out today, you should have your list of vocabulary. with the Spanish and the English. And then if you will just write at the bottom of your paper this sentence. Yo participo en, and then something that you participate in. So yo participo en, I might say, el club atlético de hacer gimnasia. But it doesn't have to be that long. You could just say yo participo en el coro or yo participo en la banda. If you have any questions about anything in this video, would you please just write them down on your sheet so that you can remember to ask me in class? Gracias por escuchar y nos vemos en la clase. Adiós.